the story of artistry. It's a story of craftsmanship. It's a story of the cowboy life. My name is Cary Schwarz. I'm a founding member of the Traditional Cowboy Arts Association, a group that was founded some 26 years ago, 1998 to be exact. And I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time when somebody asked a question, and one thing led to another. And here we are these many years later with 24 shows behind us and one ahead of us. So come September, late September, in Oklahoma City at the National Cowboy Museum will be our 25th anniversary show. So we're going to have a great celebration of Western craftsmanship and artistry with saddles, bits and spurs, rawhide, silverwork, hopefully such as never's been seen before. I had to come up with something new every year, of course, something new, something fresh, something compelling. But we're also reaching back into some of the traditional things that are so important to us as well. So I decided to have a saddle tree built that was harkened back to some of the old style Visalia slick fork saddles, and then added some layers of leather and some decoration that reach back into some history and some of those traditions of the cowboy life and the Western life that is so important to us. I knew that I was going to come up with what I thought was some kind of cool flower carving and different features that way, but the truth be told, after I got started on the saddle, the muse showed up, as it were. I got to thinking, okay, I got this cantle back, I've got the back of the cantle, I've got to design something in here. What am I going to put in here? And it was a Monday morning, I'll never forget it, and I just started rattling around in my head some of the things, some of the themes that could work for us. And usually, you put a silver concho or something, some sort of centerpiece in the middle of the cantle back, and somehow or another, Charlie Russell, the great painter from 100 years ago, a little over 100 years ago actually, and got to thinking about incorporating some of his artwork and perhaps even have a tribute to the great Charlie Russell. So I came up with downloaded off the internet, of course, a photograph of Charlie Russell, and then wound up placing it in the middle of the cantle back as an inlaid piece. And then things kind of blew up from there. And as this work always happens, you just dive into it and you just never know what you got going till you got it going. And so one thing led to another, and then I decided I need to incorporate some of the more famous paintings that Charlie was known for, and one of which was, you've heard of the Bronx to Breakfast painting, and I think there was one that preceded that was called Camp Cook Troubles, I think, and so I picked that one out, and I was able to produce this, took pictures and rendered a pyrography image of that painting that is now inlaid in the dish of the seat of the saddle. So, and this is done not with a laser. A lot of people have wondered, oh, you got a laser deal going. No, it's just an outline of the painting, the figures in the painting, and I've taken a pyrography pen. It's a specially made tool that is handheld. Just hold it like a pen or a pencil, and then go in there and shade the design, the painting, and that's how we came up with these images. And I played around with it before, but this year I decided to take it to a whole new level and was quite happy with how it's turned out. One of the images that I find so compelling was was going back into a painting. I'm not sure what Charlie titled this painting, but it was an image of a car, some kind of roadster going past, and a fellow and his wife, and what appears to be a buckboard, and a team of horses, and this car screaming past them, and the buckboard, it's just a wreck. They're off the road, and it looks like the worst is going to happen. Truth is, I think that it's an illustration of for a company who specialized in some sort of a safety device, safety seat belt, if you will. And certainly when you see the painting and the images on this saddle on the tapaderos, you'll see that, yeah, these people needed the seat belt. So, but the narrative here that I find so compelling is that where old meets new meets old, perhaps maybe a better way of saying it. And that's where you got the roadster, the car, this noisy, smelly, fast car, and you can only imagine the wrecks that happened with horse-drawn vehicles and saddle horses and so on and so forth. So really, that narrative is just as relevant today, because we are in a very, very fast paced change culturally, societally. We've got change that's just happening at a breathtaking pace, and I think that not all of it, of course, is good, not all of it is bad, but there is tension between the two. And so I wanted to tell a story of the New West and the Old West through this rendering of this Charlie Russell painting on the tapaderos. I also want to make mention of my good friend Scott Hardy, silversmith from Longview, Alberta, Canada, who I've collaborated with for 25 years. We've collaborated, this is the 25th collaboration on a saddle, which is no doubt the longest running collaboration of all time. And so we wanted to celebrate that collaboration. And so I wish I could share all the text messages that we've gone back and forth over the last number of months as this work has kind of evolved and taken shape. And Scott's been a great partner in crime, if you will, when it comes to this work. It's been a true collaboration. We go back and forth on the corner plates, if you will. The framing of this pyrography on the skirts of the saddle is fully filigreed sterling silver that Scott has designed and fabricated. So there was a lot of math involved, and course correction and all of that kind of stuff, which is another story of the West, right? Course correction, and it's the story of artistry. It's a story of craftsmanship. It's a story of the cowboy life, is to adapt and find ways to move forward in the face of all the new things that we have facing us today.